Rhum Baba. Visit our website to print out a copy of the recipe. Kaboom!
Have you ever wanted to know how to make the most spectacular Rhum Baba ever?
Rhum Baba.
It's Con's absolute favourite dessert.
So I'm going to make one in the kitchen today, but don't worry, I'm going to include every single step so you too can make it at home. And I want to know what you think of it.
Yeah, so I'm going to be the taste tester here. And then after you've watched it, you need to make it and let us know what you think, okay?
It's light, fluffy, it's amazing.
Alright, so I'm just going to go over to the kitchen. We're just going to need some rum, some sugar, some butter, flour, eggs, no milk, water, and we're going to do everything manually. So let's go to the kitchen and let's get it done.
Let's go.
So, are you ready to eat the world's best Rhum Baba? Well, stay tuned because here it comes. Now you're going to need some raisins, rum, butter, yeast, flour, eggs, water and some sugar. That's the ingredients. Now Rhum Baba wouldn't be Rhum Baba without rum. And here are the raisins. I like to put the raisins in the rum and allow them to soak. Now here's your softened butter. And we get some yeast and warm water. Remember, yeast activates with heat. So we add the water in there, stir it up and just put it aside. Meanwhile, you've got your flour. Make a well in the center. And this is where we add some sugar. And to make sure you get all of it, of course. Some salt, which we add to the well in the center. And then alongside we've taken 2 eggs. Now I like to leave my eggs at room temperature, so I add them in as well. All of it in the well. And having the well makes it easy to combine. So this is where we get the spatula now, and we just start combining it all together. We do everything by hand. Now the yeast has been set aside. It's active. As you can see, it's quite gluggy. So we put that into the center. And this is where we start manually mixing it all together. As you can see, the consistency begins to change. At this point, we add an egg in, keep mixing it, add the second egg in. So all in all now we've got 4 eggs. And this is the sort of consistency you want before adding the softened butter. Now, everything is done by hand. I strongly recommend doing absolutely everything by hand. And this is the sort of consistency you want. Now you want to remove the raisins that have been soaking in the rum and put them aside for use later. Because we'll be using the raisins and then the rum separately. Just spoon them out and try and keep them as dry as possible. Set the rum aside, get the raisins and slowly mix them into your mixture. Again, doing everything by hand. No machines here, you'll get a much better result this way. Put that aside. Okay, here we get a little bit more butter and some sugar. Mix it together. Now once that's been mixed together, we spoon it all into the base. This is what it should look like when it's all done. This means it won't stick. This is what it looks like before, and this is what it looks like after with the ingredients put all together. We get a towel and sit it over the top. This will let it rise. Whilst this is happening, we set the oven to, what I set it to, 160, 200 degrees Celsius. And we place the dough in a warm area, covered by Glad wrap, and just let it rise. As you can see here, it's nice and fluffy and ready to go. We put it straight into the oven, like that, with the Glad wrap off of course, and we set it for a time of 15 minutes. Okay, now this is how we make the syrup. We put the rum aside, we mix the water with the sugar. Now remember, there's 2 ways you can do this. Here I'll show you just the sugar and water, a basic syrup, and later you'll see how I add apricot jam to it, which is the way I prefer to do it. All the sugar is added to the pot, and I picked this pot because this pot is a little bit larger than the actual cake tin, which you'll see why we have that. Now over a low heat we stir it slowly. As you can see, it's all dissolved. At this point, if you want, you can use a nice thick apricot jam, which is what I put in. Now shortly, as we stir it, it'll dissolve and it'll have nice thick pieces in it. This gives you an idea of just about how much of the jam I used to make one. Now, this is 284 grams, so it's about half of that. Let it simmer away and reduce slightly. Looks good, eh? Okay, it's only a few minutes to go, and this is what it looks like. It's, as you can see, it's staying nice and high. Getting a wire rack now, I turn the cake over, and as you can see, because it was buttered well, it looks great. We let it cool now, and this is the consistency that we have. As you can see, it's a nice tight cake. Now we bring the syrup back. Now this is the syrup just with sugar and water. You can use this or the one with the apricot jam. And be very careful as you place the rum barber into the mixture. As you can see, it floats. So slowly press it down, and in time you'll find it'll absorb all the syrup. Using the spoon, tilt the pan up slightly and try and turn it around and slowly allow it to take its time as it absorbs all the syrup into the cake. Just takes a little bit of time, be patient, and you're going to get a great result. It's starting to look good. Here's the rum. Now this is where, once it's absorbed all the syrup, we start spooning the rum mixture all over the cake and just let it absorb that. Remember, this rum is pure, hasn't been warmed up at all. If you want to reduce the alcohol content, you might want to warm it up. It's looking really good. Again, as it settles, turn it around in this pot. This is the advantage of having the pot. Of course, you can make many small rum barbers. I like to make one large rum barber. This technique is very effective. So make sure your bowl for the cake and this tin are the same. Once it's ready, we flip it over because it's absorbed most of it. Let it settle a bit, and this is what it looks like. Looks great. Now you can halve or double the mixture of raisins. I've actually put in twice as many. I like it with a lot of raisins. Now we spoon the jam over the top. Now you can see as I press it with a spoon, it's actually very, very spongy and springy. Have a look at here. Oh, that looks great. It's very syrupy, very syrupy. This is what it should look like when it's all done. Absolutely spectacular. Look at that. So here it is. This is my world famous rum barber. I've been waiting forever to actually make this, haven't I?
Oh, you have, but I tell you what, it looks spectacular.
Yes. Now, for all of you that know me, you all know that I love rum barber. I talk about it all the time, and so I thought I'd make one. And so in the video beforehand, you saw all the steps, and I've narrated it, so you know how to make it as well. But now we're going to do the taste test. So
that's the best part.
Here we go. Okay, so a piece for Nicholas.
Oh, that looks amazing.
And the rest for me.
Now.
All right, so now for the taste test.
Here we go.
There's a lot of rum in it.
There's a lot of rum, but it's light, fluffy, it's amazing.
So, if you want to make a fantastic cake like this, just follow my recipe and follow Nikki's cooking, and before you know it, you're going to be eating rum barbers.
Yeah, delish.
Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Con.
I'm Nikki.
See you next time.
So I hope you loved my rum barber recipe. Now, remember, if you really like our videos, make sure you comment on them, subscribe and like them. Share them with all your friends. This is Con signing off till next time. Bye.